Yes, people, it's Keishan Prince. So today I'm just going to give you the 3 IQs you need to be able to make it. Now, I'm saying this because I've seen being in the game a long time helped a lot of players move from non-league to pro, from academy football scene to go into professional football, and being around the industry at a high level. And I'm seeing conversations I'm having with coaches, conversations I'm having with managers, conversations I'm having with super agents. And it's all boiled down to these 3 things. So you're not going to get a lot of information that I'm going to talk about all over the internet. And it's a reason why it's like that, because a lot of people smoke screen things that don't really matter. And the ones that does matter, or thing that does matter, is usually put under carpet because it's not really attractive. It doesn't get the likes, it doesn't get the follows. So I appreciate those who are going along with me in this journey, to hope that most of you do make it as a professional footballer or play at a high level basis on this information I'm going to give you. So let's go straight ahead to the first one. The number one thing that you must have is the level of information on the ball. That's the first one. What I mean information on the ball, I mean is this: if you're a winger, you know what and when to dribble, when to slow down, when it's time to press, when it's the time to do a step over, when it's time to take a shot, when it's time to cross, when it's the time to cut back. That IQ information is so key to play. And I'm telling you, this is the ladder for you to even get into playing semi-professional football. If you don't have this IQ of when to do certain things, then that means that you probably won't make it as a professional. I.e., if you're a centre midfielder, you know when to play that long pass, when to play that simple pass, when to recycle the ball. If you're a defender, you know when to tackle, when to stand on your feet. When you're a goalkeeper, you know when to come out, when not to come out, when to play the pass on the floor, when to go long. You're a striker, you know how or when to make that run, to control the ball. The level of IQ on the ball is very important, and a lot of people teach the technical skills, etc. But what you need to focus on is when, how, and why. When do I need to do the skill? Why do I need to do it? And then spend the time on how. Because if you get the information the other way, all you're learning is a skill. When I teach young players, I always teach them to say, listen, this is why you need to do a step over. This is when you need to do a step over. And this is now how you do it. But the process of when and how, the process of when and why is more greater than how. Because there's many people who know how to nutmeg people. These freestylers, most of them are really good. But it's when and why that you need to know in order for you to be effective on the pitch. So that's the number 1. The level 2 of IQ is the level of information, or where do you go when your teammates have the ball. Now this is where a lot of academy players do not get offered scholarships, while a lot of players cannot come into the pro game. This is the entry mark into professional football. Where or what do you do when your teammates have the ball? Because 9 out of 10, you're not going to be on the ball every second. So i.e., if I'm a winger and if I'm a centre midfielder and my winger has the ball, do I know when to, should I cover? Can you read the game? Should I come back to create an angle? Or should I go forward to create an overload? Can I see overloads on the pitch? Can I see that there's 3 players or my players against that fullback? Can I create an overload, an angle? Pep spoke about Messi when he was walking around the pitch. Messi ain't walking around the pitch because he's tired. He's analysing what the other team's doing, so then he could be effective with his movement, and he can start to deliberate and start to conduct what needs to be happening on the pitch. So the number 2, as I said before, you need to be able to understand where you need to run or where you need to be when your teammates have the ball. Now, how do you learn this? Number 1 is by studying formations. I said it before, you got to be listening to things like Coach's voice. You got to be looking at Football Manager, games where, like, even FIFA speaks about it as well. FIFA's got, when you go on team management, when you're going to create a certain style of football, it shows you where you need to be. Start understanding that. Be a pro. Learning where you need to be with your team, it helps just your IQ. Just to know where you can be as an offer up a support. Does your team like to play triangles or squares? It's usually those 2 shapes. It's usually either a triangle or a square, or a diamond, sorry. Those are the three shapes that you see when you're in possession or out of possession. So if you're not the one with the ball, you need to know, is my team a triangle formated team, a diamond formated team, or a square? And you need to know where do you sit in those shapes. The next one is level 3. This is where it comes down to elite football. Now, you heard me do a video, you saw me do a video yesterday on Sambi Lokonga, who I do know, and I'm not taking shots at him, he knows, but it is what it is. There is a level of IQ that you must have at this level to be able to play Premier League elite football. And that third one is where to go when out of possession. Okay, where to go when you're out of possession. So that means when your teammates and you do not have the ball, the other team has the ball, where do you now do? Where do you now be, sorry? Where do you go? Do you tuck inside? You understand? How do you position your body? Like you see Eddie Nketiah and strikers, wingers, most defenders, coaches will tell the wingers, this is how you position your body. We don't want us to play inside, so show them down the line. So when you're closing them down, show them sideways, etc., etc. This is very important to be able to play elite football, is where to go when out of possession. If you cannot master these three, I could tell you, right, I could tell a player based on these three. If he's got very good IQ where to go with the ball, then he's basically a good semi-professional footballer. If he is a person that has IQ in knowing where to go when his teammates have the ball, then he's got a potential to be a professional footballer. If he knows where to be when they don't have the ball and the teammates are out of possession and you know how to get into shape, that's a sign that the person has the potential to be an elite footballer. And I'm telling you, there's a fine line between these things. If you can incorporate these things in the game, then you could play potentially in any league. If you have the talent, obviously, as a formation, as a base, but you need to be having these three in order to make it. Hope you guys understand and like this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow. And as I said before, if you can incorporate what I'm saying, you will have a successful career. Take heed.